So, if aliens invaded Earth, the movie monster that I would choose to save mankind would be the bear from Cocaine Bear. In the real story, the bear died after a few minutes, but for those few minutes that he was alive, he was considered the most dangerous animal on Earth.
I am obsessed with this answer.
If aliens invaded Earth, I'd probably bring Godzilla, only because he has a track record. He comes in, he cleans up shop, and he leaves, and everyone just loves him for it.
So this could be a really good sequel, right? The spaceship comes down, and out come all these mini King Kong aliens, and there is Godzilla just awaiting their arrival.
I'm sure everyone's like, Godzilla, King Kong, and those are cool. But I'm going to go one better. Cthulhu. He wants your brains. He'll be in your dreams. He will come and get you, and you won't survive.
Even trying to conceptualize what Cthulhu looks like and how big and powerful Cthulhu is enough to drive people crazy.
I would bring Bowser from Super Mario World universe. I mean, he was able to keep Peach away from Mario for like hundreds of levels. Maybe that's what we need. We need Bowser to hide all of humanity, and the aliens won't be able to defeat the levels to come get us.
And then also you get the line from the Mario games that's like, sorry, humanity is in another castle.
Edward Cullen.
What if the aliens only came out during the day? Because don't vampires only come out at night? Or is that werewolves?
No, that's vampires. That's a really good point, actually.
Yeah. So, yeah, he could be the part-time help. Like a mall cop.
Yeah. Vampires, the mall cops of the monster world.
Mewtwo, I choose you. I think Mewtwo would have a pretty good chance.
I'm obsessed with her. These are some very incredible answers, but unfortunately, only one can advance to our final round. So vote in the chat for which answer you love the best, and that person will make it to the final round. You can vote by typing vote space and the number of the answer you love the most in the chat. I guess it's like if you know how to use your monster, it could really be any of them.
And Miss Taylor is our winner.
Obsessed. The one that we were bashing so hard is the one that wins. Thank you so much, Taylor, for this incredible answer. But now, viewers, we turn it over to you. We have a poll for this question. What movie monster would you want defending the Earth from the aliens? Are you thinking the Kraken, Godzilla, King Kong, or Pokemon like Tabitha? The Kraken is interesting. I'm surprised no one said that one.
That is. And then you've got Godzilla and King Kong.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think Pokemon literally just barely edged out, I think Godzilla. I mean, if we want to make it harder, we should ask what Pokemon, because I feel like having access to all the Pokemon is just too easy. I'd say we move on to the next question.
What would your job on the Death Star be? So I was thinking about this, which leads me to explain that I know nothing about Star Wars. Nothing. But I have seen some of the characters before, and I'm also good at like mending shoes and things like that. So I'm going to say a cobbler. I'm going to say an out of this world cobbler, because they seem to be on their feet a lot and they seem to land on different surfaces. And so I think that'll have some effect on their footwear. And I'm pretty sure that the princess wears pumps, and I'm kind of a pro at fixing those.
Oh, I'm obsessed. Yeah, honestly, that's a really good point, because you can't really be an effective stormtrooper. You can't be an effective just anything in the Empire if you don't have good shoes to walk in.
Yeah, and I don't think Amazon delivers quite that far yet. So you're going to need me on staff.
Exactly. Honestly, though, give it a few years, Amazon will reach every corner of the universe. They'll have like Amazon Prime delivery, like breaking the speed of light barrier to deliver it on time.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. But I think with your skills, I think you could withstand Amazon taking over your job.
Thank you.
Well, that is an incredible answer. And we also have some really incredible answers from fans just like you all. So now I turn it over to you. What would be your job on the Death Star?
This is a complex question, because if we're talking about the original Death Star, I probably wouldn't have a job on it because I'm a woman and a woman of color. If we're talking about the later Death Star that's like 3 times as big as the original Death Star, and I'm talking about like The Force Awakens, the Skywalker saga, during that period of time, I would probably be probably just like a stormtrooper. If I'm working for them, just a stormtrooper probably. Probably just someone who like, goes out and battles people and shoots people. That's it.
So she says if I were working for them. So is the stormtrooper like a government worker, or like a civil service worker of Star Wars?
Yeah, so the stormtroopers are like they're the soldiers of the Empire.
Okay.
They're the guys who wear like the white and black helmets. There's actually like a famous one that when they're like walking through a door, it was a production gaffe. One of the stormtroopers like hits their head on the top of a door. So hopefully Il Sothijo is not that one.
I feel like if the Death Star needed some sort of PR consultant, I could step in for that role. I know that they're in a galaxy far, far away, so I don't know what kind of social media system they have in place there. But you gotta think that their image is clearly not too good, especially from the Rebels' point of view. So if they hired me, I think I could help shape their image, turn things around for them.
Well, that's a very smart answer.
I agree. Yeah, I think that one is like a strategic one too, because it's like you're not just like a person like walking around the Death Star. You're a person who's noticed. You can build a lot of connections that way.
Right.
Yeah. And also, I would completely agree. They need a TikTok. The Empire needs a TikTok. All of their problems could be solved if they just like started posting on Instagram a little bit more.
I feel like on the Death Star, my job would be chef, because I'd just be straight cooking it up for all the Death Star employees. They know me by name, make the best pizza. On Fridays, I'm making soup on Tuesday, 5-bean soup on the Death Star. They love it. They know me. And, no one can get mad at the chef if you're cooking up all the time. So that's why I'd be on the Death Star. I'd be chef.
Genius.
Absolutely. That was a great idea.
Yeah. No one wants to kill. If you kill the chef, that's bad on you.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Exactly.
I would say that my job on the Death Star would probably be something around the lines of clothing designer. I have noticed that the clothing designs are pretty outstanding on the Death Star. They look pretty imposing, but they look pretty sharp as well. And I'd just like to be part of a team that keeps our soldiers looking so classy all the time.
Snazzy.
All right, they're going to be well-fed and well-dressed.
Exactly. Although maybe you lean away from the imposing, because then it's just a little bit too like obvious that they're evil. Maybe try to trick people.
Okay.
I don't know how. Maybe like add us like a splash of color, make it yellow.
There you go.
I feel like for some reason I'd be that guy who's like right below Vader in commanding force, and I'd like say something that Vader doesn't like, and then he just lifts me up into the air to where I just can't breathe, and then I die. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that would happen to me. Like I really would get choked out by Vader.
So his job is to be the martyr of the Death Star? Is that his idea?
Basically, yeah. I know there's a couple of scenes where like if Vader hears something he doesn't like, he'll just literally force choke the person. So I think Zach has taken one for the team.
Oh, all right, Zach. Thank you.
Thank you. Your job on the Death Star is sacrificial goat, I guess.
That's easy. I would be an accountant because we're kind of the most valuable in the Star Wars universe. Besides Jedi, besides everybody else who's going to keep up with all the taxes and the liens and all the financial situations on the Death Star. That costs money, so you're going to need an accountant. So I will be an important part to the Death Star.
Okay.
Genius. Hey, even a galactic empire needs to file their taxes with the IRS a little bit.
Exactly. And like the homeowner's exemption is the star exemption. So interesting.
Exactly. Oh my God. Well, this is an incredible set of answers. I think honestly, with this set of answers, we sort of have every job on the Death Star covered. But only one person can make it to the final round for today. So vote for the answer you like the best in the chat, and that person will go along. And you can vote by typing vote space and then a number of your favorite answer.
So we've got some public relations. We've got a way to dress better, a way to eat better, a way to account for our money. We have the Zach's dying wish to be choked out by Vader. It's a lot to choose from here.
Truly, I'm so excited.
And
Chef.
ill options, the chef, because no one wants the chef to die. Plus,
No.
he promised pizza on Fridays and 3-bean soup on Tuesday. I mean, who's not going to vote for you?
Exactly. Honestly, like if you just have a decent enough menu, you would probably be like the most important person. You would actually be the most important person on the Death Star.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, ill options.
Yes, we'll see you in the final round. And now, viewers, it's time to turn it over to you. We got a poll. What would be your job on the Death Star? Would you be a cleaner? Would you be a male trooper, a mailman, or a male woman, male person? Would you be a bartender, or would you be an IT technician?
Oh, I can't believe we didn't get an IT tech geek on board here.
Exactly. I think someone in the YouTube chat said they wanted to be a bartender, but it's cleaner.
Cleaner. Interesting. I guess that you just keep your head down, right? Do your job. You don't get involved in the office politics. You don't take sides. Just pushing your broom and minding your business. It's
Exactly.
a great answer.
Yeah, true. Although I will say, since the Death Star is like the size of a planet, literally probably 50% of the workforce is going to have to be janitors and cleaners because just how do
I
you
didn't
even clean
realize
all
it was
that?
that big.
Yeah, it's huge. And I think that there's a second iteration that is like even bigger than that. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I might have to tweak my answer. I might have to put in a new answer.
Hey, good thing you don't have to choose right now. We can, the question will come again, and then we can do it again. Well, that was an incredible question. I say we move on to the next one from Sunday.
Let's do. Sunday's question was, what celebrity would you want on your zombie apocalypse survivor squad?
Love. So, I mean, there's so many. And honestly, first of all, we can't go forward without addressing the fact that half of our audience said The Rock. Like literally, I think it was half everyone else and just half. Oh, I'll just do Dwayne The Rock Johnson, which
Really?
he's strong. He's an action star. He can crack a joke or two to lighten the mood.
Easy on the eyes.
Exactly. Although I think for me, actually, I might choose. Do you know Dev Patel?
I do.
I would choose him because earlier this year he released an action movie called Monkey Man, and he was fighting very intensely, and he like went all in. So I think he's a secret weapon. I think he could be very useful.
Oh, okay. That's a great answer. Is he? He's no Rock, but it's a great answer.
Exactly. Or maybe like Sha'Carri Robinson, that sprinter, because you need a runner.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? He's gonna run faster than you.
I'll die.
Dead. You're dead. That's the answer.
Exactly. Hey, listen, I would be willing to die to let Dev Patel and Sha'Carri Robinson carry on.
There you go. Maybe they'll just be the great diversion for you.
Exactly. Well, I think we have some incredible answers from the fans, as well as my own incredible answers if I do say so myself. So fans, we ask you, which celebrity would you want on your zombie apocalypse survival squad?
I think I will choose Angelina Jolie because she's tough and she can fight and she's really nice and beautiful.
Okay, that is an interesting answer. She is fit. She is tough. I bet she's fast. Again, easy on the eyes. All right.
True. Checking boxes.
That's right.
So I thought about this for a while, and my first obvious answer was The Rock. It's like, clearly he's smart, he's athletic, he's talented, he knows his stunts, whatever, he can protect himself. But the longer I thought, I was like, surely I have to pick Elon Musk. He has tons of resources, tons of people on his side, and he's already crazy enough to believe it's going to happen anyway.
People love The Rock.
Exactly. But Elon Musk, I mean, I guess if you know that the apocalypse is coming, you can like stock up on all the stuff you need. But after that, I'm not sure he would be that useful.
Yeah, I think he'd drive you a little batty, to be honest.
That too. Yeah. We'll see.
To be honest, I want Dwayne The Rock Johnson on my zombie apocalypse squad. He's very big. He can move objects if we ever get stuck. He could probably take a few zombies. And end of the day, I feel like I could outrun him if need be. And he'll probably keep the zombies filled up for a little bit.
All right. So Quinn, let's lay it out there for The Rock right now. Quinn can outrun you, he thinks. So hop into chat, Mr. The Rock, and let us know what you think of Quinn's answer.
I know he's watching the show, obviously.
Always.
Not even a question. Benedict Cumberbatch. Literally everything.
Benedict Cumberbatch, she said. So she says literally everything, but he's not everything. He's just super hot. I get it. So, all right. Hey, if you got to go down swinging.
Exactly.
Well, I would want Dwayne Johnson in my team if any apocalypse is to happen because, well, he's built different.
Everyone. It really was like the vast majority of the answers that we received. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah. Although no love for John Cena.
Yeah, right? Or Jason Momoa. What about him? I mean, he's not like a wrestler, but he kind of looks like he's got that look.
Yeah, I think he could carry himself. I think he could carry himself pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to pick Chris Hemsworth. One, he's Thor, so he could probably figure that out. Two, if I'm going to die in a zombie apocalypse, I want the last thing that I look at be Chris Hemsworth.
Okay, finally, an honest answer. She finally cut through everything and said, you know what? I just want somebody hot to curl up and die next to. And I salute you.
Yeah. This question is so presumptuous. It assumes that you're going to survive.
Right.
You got to have a contingency plan just in case things go south. I appreciate it. Well, this is an incredible set of answers. We got 3 Rock answers, and then we have Chris Hemsworth. We have Benedict Cumberbatch. And who was the last person?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Okay.
Solid.
Not him. I'm going to vote for anyone but him.
Exactly. Yeah, vote in chat and let us know which answer you would vote for. And they will make it to the final round, and maybe they'll survive the apocalypse. We don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I stick with Dev Patel. I think Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a really good option, though, but I think Dev Patel for me.
Was that one of our Rock answers?
Who was it? Oh no.
I know, I forgot as well. It was so awesome though.
Yeah. Well, clearly the audience really loved it. So thank you so much, Ximena, for your answer.
I'm going to assume it was The Rock because he had, 50% of the votes. So good job.
Yes, exactly. I think in terms of winning the popularity contest, it has to go to The Rock. Well, we will see you in the final round, Ximena. Congratulations again. Now, viewers, of course, we turn it over to you for our poll. What celebrity would be on your zombie apocalypse? Is it The Rock? Is it someone, a genius like Neil deGrasse Tyson? Is it someone funny like Jennifer Lawrence? Or is it a weapons master like Denai Guerrera from The Walking Dead?
The genius answer, I was going to say was really good. But everyone wants someone like the aforementioned The Rock.
You can't beat him. He's got the brawn, he's got the funny, he's got it all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, this was an incredible question. Good luck to you all for surviving the apocalypse. But for now, we'll move on to Monday's question, which is,
which cult classic deserves a reboot? So I think everybody's going to pick their favorite cult classic, right? Regardless of, if a reboot really made sense or not. Because a lot of them, it wouldn't make sense, especially films that were made like in the 70s and the 80s that are very 70-ish and very 80s-ish. They don't necessarily translate into 2024. But I'm going to say Pulp Fiction. It is one of my favorites. I do believe it's a bona fide cult classic. And I think they could do a reboot that focused more on certain characters. Like, you know how Breaking Bad, they put out the movie El Camino, and it was really like the backstory of Jesse's life. I would like that for Pulp Fiction. I want Vincent's backstory. I want Mia Wallace's backstory. I know they go into a little bit of it, but that's what I want.
Yeah, you want the whole story, because I remember watching the movie and I was like, those characters definitely have like a rich backstory. How did they become assassins? How did they get so good at being assassins? How did they get involved? I see it.
Yes. What's in the suitcase?
Yes. I don't know. I'm so curious about that. And honestly, it's not completely off the table because so many movies are getting remakes now. I feel like it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. All right. Fingers crossed.
Yes. Well, that is an incredible answer. And we fortunately have some other really great answers from fans. So we pose the question, which cult classic do you think deserves a reboot?
I think Legally Blonde definitely deserves a reboot. So it's been years since the first one came out. So I would definitely like to see a reboot of Legally Blonde. So
that is Reese Witherspoon. Is that right?
Yeah.
And honestly, she's not aged a day. If you follow her on any social media, she looks exactly the same. We could do a reboot and use her still.
Yeah. And actually, this is a funny story. There is a reboot, and it is featuring Reese Witherspoon. It's going to be coming out, I think, this year.
You're kidding.
No.
Miss Campbell, you're a genius.
Yes. No, I think a lot of these answers, it's really funny hearing the answers that they choose and then being like, they did that or they're doing that.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
It's only a matter of time.
I would say that The Little Mermaid deserves a reboot. The songs in Little Mermaid are fantastic, and I'd love to see a live action version of having everything under the water.
Okay.
Another one. I'm surprised that we're going 2 for 2 in terms of people giving recommendations for reboots that are already happening.
Yes. This is how smart our fans are.
Exactly.
I kind of want to see, what's it called? Parent Trap be recreated in like 2022 style and see how, or like what, or who they would cast. Would they stick to the same type of scripts? I kind of want to see that.
So the first one was done, I think, in the 70s. The second one was done in the 90s with Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
And so, yeah, it's probably about time. You're right.
Yeah, it's sort of like that movie. It's sort of like A Star Is Born, where it's like now every couple of decades we need to have another one.
Yeah, yeah, and they're all really good too.
True. The honestly, the Lindsay Lohan one is the one I grew up on. That is classic cinema.
Okay.
The cult classic that I think needs a reboot is definitely The Breakfast Club. You can't hate this movie. You can rewatch it, and it basically applies to everybody. Sadly, the reboot probably will never happen, but generation after generation, this movie applies to everyone, and it needs a reboot.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. It's very 80s, smoking in the library and all this, and getting away with it, right? Because all the teachers were smoking in their offices anyway. This is it's definitely set in the 80s. It would be interesting because he's right, I think. As much as things change, they stay the same. You've still got all your cliques in high school. It's still all the same issues and problems. Of course, you'd have to bring the internet and social media into the problem. So I don't know if you could ever beat the real one, but it'd be an interesting concept.
True. And I think Kodiak just pointed out in the chat, there are so many sitcoms that like rip off that already. So I feel like we're already seeing a lot of these TV shows do like a modern day Breakfast Club. It's just not quite like the full length movie.
Right. Which is awesome.
Agreed.
Okay. I'm going to be a little controversial with this answer. And I'm going to say none. Please stop rebooting old movies and TV shows. Like, there are so many incredible new ideas out there that we just need to give a chance to. And there's so many amazing cult classic movies and shows that like should just be left as they are because they mean something. They're like special in that moment, you know? So my answer is none. Please, please stop rebooting old things. Okay, that's all.
She's not crazy. I mean, you know, she makes a very, very valid point there.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to see Shrek 6.
Oh gosh, yes, that's a whole different story.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think she's right. There's so many good ideas out there. We just got to branch out and get them.
Yeah, or go watch the classics.
Exactly.
Like, live during that time, live in that moment.
Yes, they're classics for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any of you guys saw that movie Dread with Carl Urban from like 2013, 2011. But it was a reboot of a previous Dread movie, Judge Dredd. That was really good. It was really good. I don't know if I want a reboot of it. I want a sequel with Carl Urban because like it was so good. It was like that movie The Raid Redemption, which is another cult movie. I wish would have more sequels, but yeah, that movie. If not a sequel, a reboot, because I mean, I think that's just a cool idea that deserves to be seen. Because that movie, I think it lost like $6 million, but it was great. It had good reviews. People liked it. It was cool. That.
Yeah, I think I had the same mindset with Pulp Fiction. I kind of really want not so much as a reboot as I want to continue the franchise.
Exactly. I also think that Chris makes a good point where it's like a cult classic. I feel like a big part of it is no one really liked it the first time around, but now people might like it or they've grown to like it. So good choice. Also, a sci-fi movie for Sci-Fi Week.
That's why I never heard of it.
There you go. Well, this was a great set of answers, some classics, some pending reboots, and Aaron just saying, absolutely not, pack it up, leave the ideas be. Yeah. So vote for your favorite answers in the chat and send one of these incredible answers to the final round.
I do like, I'm going to vote for Aaron. I like that answer.
Yeah.
And she was pleading with us.
Literally putting up the prayer hands, just like, please no more. Yeah. I think Aaron makes a good point, though. It feels like everything is a franchise now. So.
Yeah. So Miss Campbell.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Miss Campbell. You are a semi-finalist.
Yes. And apparently an Oracle's future seer because you predicted the Legally Blonde movie.
Yeah. Well, that'll be fun to watch.
True. Yes, congratulations. We will see you in the final round. Viewers, it's time to give us your answers. Which cult classic movie or TV show deserves a reboot, in your opinion? Are you thinking Starship Troopers, Napoleon Dynamite, DuckTales, or The Craft, that fantasy movie? Napoleon Dynamite would be insane.
Yeah, that's actually a great choice. But no, we are looking for, so is that a Star Wars thing?
It's like a military sci-fi movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it came out in like the 80s. Another very niche movie. I'm sure Keith, we love you, Keith. He would absolutely love this movie.
Well, it's no Highlander, I'm sure, but
exactly. The lack of Highlander content, the lack of a Highlander answer, it shows. Well, this was an amazing question, but we move right along to, we're on Wednesday?
Sure.
No, Tuesday. Yeah.
Aliens, Bigfoot, and ghosts. Oh my. What out-of-the-box theories do you believe in, fans?
Ooh, this is a really good question. I'm going to kind of loop aliens, Bigfoot, and ghosts in with this answer. I do think that the universe is filled with those things called cryptids, which are you have the animal kingdom, and then you have the cryptids, which are sort of hiding in the shadows, hidden deep in the woods. And they're things that you've never seen before. I think that those definitely exist. And I hear all these stories about in Appalachia, they're oh, well, you don't go out into the woods or else the skinwalker will get you. And I'm like, I thought we had to worry about mountain lions.
Yeah, right.
Creepy.
I kind of believe in Nessie, like the Loch Ness monster, because I think that there are many things that live in the depths of whether it's a sea or the ocean or rivers and things like that that are really smart and probably really fast, and so fairly undetected. Just going through, because there's like sort of monsters everywhere, right? So I would go with Nessie.
Yeah. And like knowing how little of the ocean we've explored, I would be shocked if it didn't exist.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, we have some really great answers. I think both of these theories are extremely plausible. I would believe them immediately. But we also have some really great answers from fans just like you viewers watching now. So we turn it over to you all. What out of the box theories do you believe in?
I personally believe in ghosts. I think they are real. You can call them ghosts, energies, or spirits, or whatever, but I think they do exist. They are among us, and that there are good ones and bad ones. The good ones are like good energy, bad ones bad energy. I feel like they're like beings of a different dimension, if I can say so.
You can, and I would agree with you, Martin. I can't believe I didn't think of that because I truly do believe in spirits among us, and I do believe in ghosts in that sense. That was a great answer.
Agreed.
About 3 or 4 years ago, I had a really weird, superstitious, scary encounter at night at my summer camp that I go down to like almost every year. Now, there was a really big flying saucer looking like object above the field, and it lit the whole place like it was sunlight. And I couldn't believe it. Like, that was when I was convinced that, oh, okay, we're not alone. I'm sure aliens exist. I don't know about Bigfoot and ghosts, though.
Whoa.
Well, there you go.
Oh my gosh.
That is wild. We need to like get in contact with Smiley and like verify this story because
Yes,
that's huge.
Smiley. Hit us up in chat. Tell us more. We definitely want your story.
Please.
You'd be a special guest.
It's weird. I think that aliens and ghosts are real. So I do believe in different dimensions, but I also believe in higher intelligent beings which exist outside of our universe. So it's weird. I don't necessarily know if there is life and existence outside of our universe, or if also there's like a second dimension of life, and that's ghosts. So ghosts and aliens, I feel like they both coincide.
Yeah, for the smartest beings, this universe is doomed, I feel like.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's no. Well, actually, I've heard that they did find like bacteria on other planets, so technically they're real. But I think in terms of us being the most sophisticated, no, there's no way. Us, we're destroying ourselves
quickly.
Yeah.
Ghost.
I am so honored to have been the first person to see a ghost on camera.
That's
on
right. You saw it here first on QOTD.
The things that'll happen.
Aliens, I believe aliens are real because the galaxy is constantly expanding, and furthermore, why would we be the anomaly? I believe Bigfoot could be real, possibly because giants did exist at one point of time in the world. Ghosts are real. I've had my own experiences with paranormal activity, and no one can tell me otherwise.
Okay. So ghosts and aliens. Oh my.
Yeah. Also, just as a reminder, we want to hear those supernatural encounters. You know, we want people to be like Smiley and give us the drama.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens are real. The Area 51 raid was done because people believed that aliens were being held up by the military, right? Which I think that's true. Come on, like why is it so heavily guarded? And we live in the Milky Way galaxy, and there's other galaxies that are billions of light years away that have their own secrets. There could be aliens over there in the other galaxies. Maybe they've disguised in our galaxy as people or animals, you don't know. Aliens, we don't know much about aliens. All we know is that we want to know if they're there, right?
Inquiring minds want to know. She's absolutely right.
True. God, I completely forgot about the Area 51 raid. So good. Well, these are some very wild answers. We got a mix of verified theories or verified experiences and just hypotheticals. But let us know in the chat which answer you love the most. You can vote by typing vote space and the number in the chats. Oh, I will say VAF is always doing some sort of like theatrics in their answers.
I know.
Uh,
So ghosts, aliens, was that it? Or is this just a combination of ghosts and aliens?
I think so.
And the antics are rewarded. Congratulations, VAF, for demonstrating your out of the box theory, which is like ghosts exist.
Yes, ghosts exists, and they're all people dressing up in sheets and going over and scaring people.
Well, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. We'll see you in the final round coming up. Oh, we have 2 more questions. Very exciting. But before we get there, we should first do a poll. Which conspiracy or out-of-the-box theory do you believe in? Do you think that The Simpsons show predicts the future? Do you think the moon landing was fake? Was Avril Lavigne replaced? Or was the Roswell incident a UFO landing?
I would believe that The Simpsons predict the future. There are so many examples of that. But our fans say it's back to Roswell.
Exactly. The aliens, there's just something very interesting about believing that we're not the only ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Although I have seen those videos about like all the ways that The Simpsons predicts it. And I'm like, this can't be just
insane.
A coincidence.
Yes. It's insane, including Donald Trump becoming president many years before that was even a thought in anyone's mind.
Wild. Yeah. Well, congratulations, everyone. Hopefully, honestly, truth is stranger than fiction, so stay curious. That's my advice. And for now, we move on to Wednesday. Ooh, okay.
Ooh, we wanted to know what book or movie has impacted you the most. This is really interesting to me. I don't watch too many movies. I probably read more and certainly used to read more. But the last book that I read was Hillbilly Elegy. If anybody's ever read that, it's the true story of a guy who grew up in Appalachia in the mountains, and it's the story of white poverty and the things that he saw and experienced in his life growing up there, which is really interesting. And it's impactful, I think, because it just gives you a different point of view. When we talk about poverty, oftentimes it's inner city poverty and things like that. And this was just an interesting take on his difficulties that he experienced. And also The Color Purple. I got to go with The Color Purple. That was really, really impactful. The movie is good. Books are always better, guys. But yeah, if you really want to change your way of thinking, pick up that one.
Those are both incredible. I know that they made the movie of The Color Purple, obviously. They also made a Hillbilly Elegy movie with like Glenn Close.
Ooh, I never saw that.
Yeah. I think I heard that she got nominated for an Oscar and for a Razzie, which is like the worst acting somehow. So if you ever want a tidbit, it is one of the few movies to pull off that little hat trick.
Wow. Nominated for the best and the worst. That's great.
Yeah, truly. Well, those are both, once again, incredible recommendations. I don't know how the fans are going to match that, but we will give them the chance to try. So fans, what book or movie has impacted you the most?
The newest Joker really speaks a lot to mental health and how those around you can really play a difference in how you handle that.
That's interesting. I thought that was an incredibly sad movie, to be honest. I thought it was going to be highly entertaining, like the Jack Nicholson, the Joker of, the 80s. Not so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know that they're doing a sequel later this year. It's like Joker Folie Adieu, and I think that one is going to be super fun. It's a musical with Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. So
Oh, sign me up. Okay.
I'm sat immediately.
There's a movie that is made in my country. The name is Seven Boxes, and it's really good. And it was a movie that wins a lot of awards. So I'm proud of it, and that changed my life.
Ooh, come back and tell us more.
Yeah, please. I love hearing about like the films that are huge in other countries, because I feel like in America it's always like Top Gun 7 or another Marvel movie. So it's always fun to hear what's big, abroad.
Yeah, I want to know more.
I would say Douglas Copeland's Life After God. It kind of puts perspective on things as you read it.
Did she say Life After Dad?
Life After God. So kind of.
Life After God. Okay. All right.
I'll have to check it out.
Mm-hmm. The book that has influenced me the most was called The Sun Does Shine by Anthony Ray Hinton. He was a man on death row for 40 years who was found innocent and exonerated, and his lawyer was Brian Stevenson. It impacted me a lot because it made me see how flawed our justice system is, and boosted me into wanting.
Books are important, people.
Yeah, that is wild. 40 years?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine.
I would say Harry Potter just because it was a fun read.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if it can impact you by impacting your mood, we're all for it.
True. Also, Harry Potter it's good. I like it.
Pure
It's
entertainment,
solid.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think the book that impacted me the most is Rich Dad Poor Dad. It allowed me to pursue a career in finance.
Oh, okay. No wonder I've never heard of it. Has something to do with high finance, and I'm a little more about the lowbrow humor. So, but
exactly. And yeah, my idea of finance is spend money on what I want and then worry about my bank account later.
That's right.
Well, these are all some really good answers. A good variety of movies and books, entertainment, and I guess nonfiction, hard-hitting news reporting. So vote for which answer you love the best in the chat, and they will go to the final round. I'm so curious. I think honestly, Ximena had a really cool answer because once again, it's like learning about different countries.
Yeah, what was that? 7 boxes? Was that
Yes.
her answer? Yeah, I'd like to look that up and see what it's about.
Same. I'm settling up my Goodreads with a lot of books right now.
Yeah, and I don't hate subtitling. About that.
She did what's the book? The Sun. I think it's like The Sun, something The Sun. But it was the one about the guy who was on death row for like 40 years.
Oh, great. No, it's books can definitely change your life, and it can change the trajectory of your career, as it may have done with her. It did do with our finance guy. So that's an excellent answer, and we'll have to look into that. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, incredible answer. I think it's also like it has the power to change not just you, but like society by telling the stories that need to be told. So, Danielle, incredible. You are moving on to the final round, and now we have a poll. So we are turning it over to you. Which book or movie has impacted you the most? Is it Schindler's List, Harry Potter, Oppenheimer, or To Kill a Mockingbird?
Schindler's List was some low-hanging fruit that I didn't grab onto.
Yeah, I feel like Schindler's List is one of those movies where it's like you watch it and you can't not be affected.
But Harry Potter, the good vibes coming from the Harry Potter series are what really turn our fans on. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Hearing about all the people that have like Harry Potter tattoos, it seems like everyone knows. Wait, actually, this is a question. What's your Hogwarts house? Do you know?
So I've never watched Harry Potter.
Oh no. Well, okay. So the breakdown is like they have the 4. They go to the wizarding school, and the school has 4 houses, and you got like split up based on your personality. So like I'm a Hufflepuff, which is like sort of like the chill kind. nice house, but there's also like Gryffindor, which is like the brave, courageous house. There's Slytherin, the ambitious house, and then there's Ravenclaw, which is for the brainiacs, the nerds.
Where's the fun house? That's where I belong.
Ooh, honestly, I would probably say it's Slytherin. They're
All
kind
right.
of they're kind of fun. They get up to some risky business.
Okay, then all us class clowns will be meeting in Slytherin.
And in the meantime, let's move on to our last question of the week. What upcoming movie are you most looking forward to in 2024? Big one. I'm thinking. I might have to say there's a lot that I'm looking forward to. Inside Out 2 is definitely on there. Or Deadpool and Wolverine, because I like the Deadpool movies. I think they're fun. And that is a reunion that is a long time coming. Okay.
Well, if the Legally Blonde reboot is coming in 2024, then that's going to be my choice.
Incredible. I'm so excited to see how they update it. Feminist icon, Elwoods. Well, those are some really great choices. I think we should turn it over to the fans and see what movie they're most looking forward to this year.
In 2024, I'm most looking forward to Spider-Verse 3 if it comes out. It might come out the next year, but I'm excited whenever it does. But if not, then I think Elio is a new Pixar movie that looks pretty cute. So,
okay, well, for Marvel and Pixar, right?
Yes. And unfortunately, I do know these movies. They're both coming out, I think, in 2025. So we have another year to wait.
Oh, sorry, Hannah. Hang in there. Hang in there.
Exactly. It's coming. It's coming.
You know, I'll admit it. I'm a bit of a sucker when it comes to IP and IP movies. So, you know, I'm a Marvel guy, Star Wars guy. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3. But before Marvel, before all that, there was one franchise that meant a lot. And that is Ghostbusters. And Ghostbusters Afterlife, I loved. So I'm very much looking forward to the new Ghostbusters movie. That probably is my most anticipated flick of 2024.
That's awesome. I saw the original Ghostbusters, but then I didn't see the subsequent ones. And was the last one the one with an all-female cast?
I think that one was like a couple of movies ago. I think they rebooted the franchise. Actually, speaking of reboots, they rebooted the franchise. So I think there are now like 3 movies in this new like iteration of it all.
Okay. Well, let's hope they can keep up the humor.
Yes.
So it's not a new release. They're probably a series of cult classics. So I haven't been able to watch a bunch because we've had children and they just haven't been age appropriate. But they just recently binge watched Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. And we realised that they're old enough to enjoy some of these cult classics from when we were younger. So I'm excited in the new year to share more of the cult classics of my childhood. So I think The Labyrinth, along with The Goonies.
Oh, great answer. Back to the Future is on Broadway right now. Have you seen it yet, JJ?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it like a musical?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It got really good reviews. I heard it's really great. So if anybody's in the New York City area, that'll be an interesting reboot for Back to the Future for you. Live.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to go check it out.
Honestly, I'm most excited to see Inside Out 2. I love the first one, so I'm super excited for this one. Yeah.
People are ready for Inside Out too.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, loved Inside Out. Inside Out, the first one, is like one of my favorite movies. So that one I'm hype. I'm so hype.
Twisters, actually, which apparently is supposed to be some sort of continuation from the original Twister movie back in the 90s. Although, I have to say, it's going to be hard to top Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt was such an icon of 90s TV and movies. Mad About You with Paul Reiser on TV. That would be an interesting one. And with everything changing with our climate and all these wacky, hurricanes and things like that, I think it would be very relevant.
True. Yeah. And also I looked at the poster and there are in fact multiple twisters this time around. So they're definitely going bigger and better, which I think you should always do.
Got to do it.
It would be come up with a plan of 4
since the last movie was a minor disappointment for me, at least. And I would love to see how they're going to bring the story forward with Pooh, since it feels like everything's been explained. And so that's like the movie that I'm looking forward the most in 2024.
Backstories. We want more backstories, right?
Yeah. Although Kung Fu Panda, they've had like 4 movies already, so I'm not sure how much more like history they're gonna be able to mine.
Okay, yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, I know it came out earlier this year, and I think it got okay reviews. I feel like all those movies from DreamWorks, they're good. They're suitable.
Yeah, they can hold their own.
Exactly. Well, this is a great listing. If this was at my local movie theater, I would be there every single day. But unfortunately, only one movie can be the most excited, most hyped. So choose which answer you love the best in chat and send that answer to the final round.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I
I don't even know.
Twister. Oh. Sounds
Yeah.
kind of exciting.
Yeah, no, I've been seeing the trailers for it. It looks very like a good mix of like campy, but also scary because tornadoes.
Because tornadoes, exactly.
Exactly. Need I say more? Oh. Oh.
And
Okay,
Hannah?
so she's saying Elio and Spider-Verse, 2 animated movies.
That's great. Congratulations, Hannah. You are our last semifinalist. Is that right?
Yes, so exciting. You are the last person entered into the final round, where you will be competing against all of the answers that we've had so far for the show. But before we get there, we have one more poll. What upcoming movie are you most looking forward to? Is it Inside Out 2? Is it A Quiet Place Day 1? Is it Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool 3? Or is it Despicable Me 4? Speaking of movies that have really mined the depths of their...
Oh, and there it is. Despicable Me 4 is the poll winner.
Yeah, honestly, I do remember watching those movies. I like them. They're really funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't judge too much.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, these are all incredible options. Thank you all so much for voting. Trish, we've run out of questions for the week, which means there's only one more thing left to do, and that is the winner round. Yes. So now it is the famous winners round. We've gotten winners for all 7 questions for this week. So now it's time to select the best answer of the bunch to be this week's QOTD champion. Yes. So I think before we do the voting, it's been a long show. We've been going at it for a little over an hour at this point. Thank you for sticking through. So I think we should do like a quick recap just to get reacquainted with the answers so far. What do you say?
Sounds great.
Perfect. Let's get into it.
I think Legally Blonde definitely deserves a reboot. So it's been years since the first one came out. So I would definitely like to see a reboot of Legally Blonde. So
Yes. So Miss Campbell is answering the question, which cult classic deserves a reboot? And she's predicting the future with her answer, Legally Blonde.
Edward Cullen. That's it. Just him.
Yes, so Taylor is answering the question, which movie monster would you choose to defend yourself from an alien invasion? And she is choosing a glittery, fast, strong vampire.
I think I will choose Angelina Jolie because she's tough and she can fight and she's really nice and beautiful.
Yes, so Ximena is saying, which one is this? Oh yeah, which celebrity would you choose to defend yourself in a zombie apocalypse? And we thought she said The Rock, but she said Angelina Jolie, which I know that she was in that movie about curving bullets, so good choice. So VAF is scaring us with their answer to what is a wacky or out-of-the-box theory that you believe in?
The book that has influenced me the most was called The Sun Does Shine by Anthony Ray Hinton. He was a man on death row for 40 years who was found innocent and exonerated, and his lawyer was Brian Stevenson. It impacted me a lot because it made me see how flawed our justice system is, and boosted me into wanting to.
Yes. So Danielle is answering the question, what book or movie has impacted you the most? And she is choosing a very harrowing sounding nonfiction book.
I feel like on the Death Star, my job would be chef because I'd just be straight cooking it up for all the Death Star employees. They know me by name, make the best pizza. On Fridays, I'm making soup on Tuesday, 5-bean soup on the Death Star. They love it. They know me. And, no one can get mad at the chef if you're cooking up all the time. So that's why I'd be on the Death Star. I'd be chef.
Love. So this is Ill Options answering the question, what would you do on the Death Star? What would your job be? And he's straight cooking it up as a chef. Love it.
In 2024, I'm most looking forward to Spider-Verse 3 if it comes out. It might come out the next year, but I'm excited whenever it does. But if not, then I think Elio is a new Pixar movie that looks pretty cute. So
Yes, so Hannah is answering our question for today, which was, what upcoming movie are you most excited for in 2024? And unfortunately, she chose 2 movies that are coming out in 2025, but still good choices. So now it is time to vote for your winner of all winners. You can vote in chat by typing vote space and the number of the answer you loved the most to crown our weekly champion. I don't even know. I think this was a very strong set of answers, so I would not want to be saddled with this task.
I know. I do have to say, number 6 might have to change his name if he becomes a chef, because I think Ill Options is not a good name for your bath one.
Yeah. A very hilarious answer. Gave us a good fright. What did you want?
We love animation. Thank you, Vav.
Exactly. Well, congratulations. You are our weekly champion for the Sci-Fi Week. It is a good title to have, but there's a lot of responsibility. So we think you're up to the task. So unfortunately, because we have today's weekly finale, that is the end of Sci-Fi Week. But that also means we're starting a new set of questions. We really appreciated all of your answers. I loved Sci-Fi Week, so I'm sad to see it go. But I'm also very excited for this week's theme, which, Trish, I think you have the intel on what it is.
Oh, you might be just as excited because our theme now is vacation. Okay, so summer's underway. That means kids are out of school, the sun is shining, and it's time to just get out there and chillax. So we're talking about everything that has to do with vacations, from your dream trips to just parts of life that can make it feel like you're living life on vacay.
Love that. Yeah, I think I have a couple of summer trips planned, so vacation is very much on the brain. But I don't think there's a better time to do this question. But you know what? I think we might need a little bit more than just the theme. I think we might need a hint about tomorrow's question and what it's going to be.
Oh, sure. Tomorrow's question is, where's your dream vacation destination in 2024? We want to know where you would go if money were no object and if you had unlimited vacation time.
Oh, I think that's such a good question. Especially the unlimited vacation time. That's key because I think there's some places you have to take off like 2 weeks just to get a good experience.
Exactly.
Well, that question will be available to answer at midnight on QOTD.beyondtheair.com. Remember, everyone, you can play QOTD anytime by going to that website. You can watch, you can vote, you can record, and you can even play our other Beyond the Air games, including Sketch the Cat and our new play-along game. Very exciting.
Very exciting. And be sure to subscribe to get tomorrow's announcement and answers right in your inbox. So thank you all again for watching. And hey, we can't wait to see you on TV.
Yes. Bye, everyone.
Bye.